raw power. And Earth has a third Green Lantern, Guy Gardner.
No.
But we could really...
No.
Hey, what's up guys, this is Dave from Comic Reviews and X, bringing you another one of our more phenomenal additions to the Week Of series. This time, I am doing none other than Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern. Yay. Well, as you know guys, I'm not a very big fan of the old Hal Jordan or the Green Lantern in this game, but we'll do it as I always do it.
Green Lantern. Green Lantern.
Since it's a double fight, we get to see two. I am on the right, so I do the costumes in order. So I will start with standard Green Lantern, and we are going to be facing the Red Sun Green Lantern. But I won't get onto that until I actually do it. What I can say about the actual costume of Hal's standard look is it's not bad. It has a feel of the New 52 with obviously with the colours, but it also kind of implements a bit of the film look. I know a lot of people want to forget about that, but the way all the colours, like through the lights of the green, goes through like veins in his suit. I'm getting a bit hammered. Yeah, it reminds me of a bit of the film. And I will apologise here and then that this is not live commentary, as when I was recording this I had no voice. I have had heat stroke and heat exhaustion for the past 3 days. I told you when we were doing the Week of Zod it was hot. Okay. This is something I admit I do like, is this, you know, I'm still getting used to the controls, so I'm trying to get the feel of everything during this. But it was nice that we were, like, you know, not just resorting to who has the bigger or better Green Lantern basic combo. So nothing looks good. But a combo wins it in the end, and that wasn't a bad match just to start out. I was fleshing it out. Okay, I'm gonna have to comment on that.
Always a Green Lantern.
Why couldn't they have we replaced that and we have had like a Red Sun-esque all Green Lantern Corps with all of their military look, instead of, it just kind of feels really out of place there. I'm gonna have to say that does feel, you know, sticks out real like a sore thumb, don't you think? With the whole, yeah, I'm in my Cold War US Air Force garb.
Green Lantern.
And you're all in Green Lantern stuff.
Deathstroke.
Okay, so now we've moved on to the regime look, which is the green version of his Yellow Lantern skin, as we know as the Yellow Lantern skin was his regime look. But because we had to unlock the Yellow Lantern colours, they gave us the green version, which I don't mind. It's a very nice look. Okay, very good thing to say. Those rockets have very mixed up range. trying to figure everything out. See, I'm still, as you can see in this, I'm still just trying to get hold of the button combinations of what to do, as I very rarely pick up Green Lantern, mainly out of principle.
Just doing my job.
The only time I really picked up Green Lantern at all was to kind of teach Sean of Comic Reviews and X a bit about the whole Green Lantern and some similarities with Ermac from MK, saying how if he liked to get more into Green Lantern, this was before we had the game, and then more on how when I was teaching him, still teaching him the similarities. But that was a nice super. So yeah, I didn't really pick up Green Lantern much, and decided I wouldn't until we decided to do this. Once we got this whole Comic Reviews and X up, and we started saying we wanted to do some stuff with the Injustice game. This gave me a good chance to at least try.
Once a Green Lantern, always a Green Lantern.
See, that and the first two made more sense. You know, those two costumes, and definitely with the next costume is the New 52. If I can remember, the New 52 is unlocked by the, well, when it actually get up on it, but yeah, the New 52 is the iOS phone app unlock, which I have my friend Jason, who is an honorary member of our CRAA ranks in my mind, because he will be helping me with a lot more of the game stuff when he can, and he unlocked all the iOS
Green Lantern.
stuff
Bad girl.
and put it on my account. So that's how I have I have everything but the Superman lockdown skins, just because we weren't willing to do that. I wasn't willing to let him go through all that hassle on the like an iPod that was
You don't stand it.
pretty much out of date. So okay, we got next is the New 52 look. I'm not a big fan of certain New 52 designs anyway, so I can deal with it. It's not as bad as some of them, but it's still not really interesting. In fact, out of all of his costumes so far, I'll say this is my least favorite. And that was a very foolish error. I ducked against an overhead. Not very wise. That was terrible.
I'm a real pain in the ass, huh?
So yeah, the costume itself isn't the best, but it isn't the worst. I hear the player 2 color is nicer, so I don't know, I might have to do,
You're outclassed here.
Let's finish this.
you know, I might have to do one with the player 2 colors, but otherwise it's not the greatest.
Just doing my job.
Worse, so I have no complaints. Also guys, I'm sorry if you know, oh fine, I got that, that makes no sense. But if you're looking for these and looking for like, why is he not actually commentating?
Bad girl wins.
How I like to do
Didn't stand a chance.
the first episode usually of my ranked matches is I like to go on about the costumes, if they have alternates or anything, and how I opinionate on them, or what's, you know, I think about the design. So that's usually what the ranked matches of the first one is just to get the costumes out. So I hardly actually so really the most likely is I'm not going to ever do a live commentary on the first one if there's a first episode if there's multiple costumes. So because I like to get my opinion out on these and what I feel about them.
Green Lantern.
I think it's a nice, at least a nice little way of, you know, getting things out. We can get the descriptions, you know, and feelings. It's just a better way of doing things, you know. So anyway, I can't remember. Oh yeah, this is a nice little rivalry match, and I like this. And also, I gotta say, I'm a big Sinestro. I like Sinestro, so I find Sinestro a very fun character. I will have to do a let's play of him soon. But we're not on about Sinestro. We're on about Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan. And we're gonna go on about his Red Lantern. No, Red Lantern, sorry, Red Sun. His Red Sun look. And I think this is one of my second most favourites, actually, not just of Green Lantern, but of the actual Red Sun series. I do, as much as I dislike Hal Jordan in most senses, and I do give in stick being who he is, I do like this. I do like the fact that it does show he is definitely all about, you know, the US Air Force. He is just dressed in US Air Force looks, and I think if I remember in the actual comic he is the entire Green Lantern Corps wearing that garb and use their rings to fly around. It's brilliant, but still, it does have this problem. They all should either at least be replaced with every generic, you know, Royal US Air Force guys, and that would be fine. But, you know, c'est la vie, whatever. We move on to my favourite costume for Green Lantern. I gotta say, the next one is my favourite costume for him, and is the one I'm going to be using in the rest of the, you know, matches. When we get the, and apologise for the sound on the recording. It does that a few times. Sometimes it'll slow and speed up. Can't help that. It's how the recording is. But yeah, I will most likely be using Yellow Lantern, which is the next one that we will be showing here, for the rest of the ranked matches. Until hopefully next Tuesday. Or in my case, it'll probably be next Wednesday.
Green Lantern.
Since I don't know when the actual patch for compatibility of Martian Manhunter is, but it should be Tuesday, so next Tuesday will be John Stewart, so I will have a full one of John Stewart on that day. That will finish it off, and I can straight away advertise my next week of as well. But okay, here we go with the Yellow Lantern. one thing I can say I do like, as much as anything, is I do love the Sinestro cores. I always like Sinestro core. So Yellow Lantern. The fact that they call himself Yellow Lantern and his constructs are yellow, the design for the actual, because
Just doing my job.
it could have been anything. The fact that everything is yellow, they took time to make that is really nice. I also love that combo. Very rarely see it, and I'm gonna hopefully try and make a lot more of my matches have that as a combo. I'll be working on that. But yeah, I'd prefer this than his actual regime look. And that's it. We're over. But yeah, I really enjoy that look, and I enjoy this more.
Yellow is power.
So yeah, I really enjoy that. I think that's a much nicer one to me than once a lantern, always a lantern. But who knows, that's just my opinion. So that is it for part 1. Stick around for part 2. And if you guys want to be a part of the CRAA-Nation, please subscribe and like us on the Facebook. This is Dave, signing off. Peace out, guys. May the power protect you. Always.